of Houston Astros baseball. Your front row seat to the Astros and Rockets.
We start a new week at Daikin Park in downtown Houston, Texas, with the Miami Marlins in town. The Marlins have been one of the surprise teams in the National League, but they have lost 6 in a row. The Astros were swept over the weekend by the Baltimore Orioles, trying to get things turned around on this Monday night game. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Todd Cowles alongside Jeff Blum. Blummer, one team has lost 6 out of 7. The other's lost 6 in a row. Both teams desperate for a win tonight.
Yeah, somebody's going to end up on top. It might as well be the Astros, but it's got to start now for the Houston Astros.
And they were going to go with Ronel Blanco, who we haven't seen in a long time on the mound.
Yeah, this is what Dana Brown, Joe Espada were talking about, getting some of these arms back and healthy. Ronel Blanco going on the shelf with that elbow injury. He is back. You're watching some of the video from his rehab stint. Through 17 innings, had a 1.06 ERA. I think the biggest question going into tonight's game is, can he control the emotions, and how far is he going to be able to get into this game? Some of those outings didn't go as long as they would have liked for Ronel Blanco, but the timing is now. The Astros are desperate for some rotation help, and it's coming in the form of Ronel Blanco.
There he is, Ronel Blanco, last on the mound at the big league level 429 days ago. He's always a guy that's stingy on allowing opponents hits.
No, these are great numbers. You put this back in the rotation, the Astros have a real chance, and you're right about being stingy. Having an opponent batting average of sub 200 is a beautiful thing. Fastball changeup mix is very good for him. But 16 wins to 10 losses with a 3.09 ERA is beautiful, and love to have that guy back.
Ronel Blanco makes his 2026 big league debut. When we come back, we're going to be joined by Julia Morales. She's back and talking about Jeremy Pena. He's back in the lineup. All that coming up as we roll on a Monday night.
We welcome everyone back where the Houston Astros are hosting the Miami Marlins. This is the first and only time that these two teams will meet in the regular season. Of course, spring training, they match up a lot there. So we're getting ready for this one. It's our dugout report presented by Jack in the Box. That's where we'll start. This day actually started in a good way for the Astros, getting some good news, putting Jeremy Pena back at the top of this Astros lineup. He did miss yesterday's game. He came out of Saturday's game early with that right hamstring cramp, but he is good to go. A quick bounce back. He is one of the leaders on this team, though, and he spoke after what was a very tough weekend for the Astros, saying that this team needs to keep pushing. They need to be at a point now where they are seeing results. We are at that point of the season, he said, so a team that shows up needs to continue to do so, and he's spot on. The Astros have 12 games before the trade deadline. Joe Espada said his message to the team: do all the small things and do them well. Offense, defense. He also said we need to pitch. We need to compete at a high level, saying that earlier today. He's looking for it as they start this one coming up. They are hoping the second half of this homestand is much better than the first. It's all going to start with Ronel Blanco, though. An exciting date for him coming up. The Astros and the Miami Marlins right after this.
In the beginning,
Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Rooms to Go. Get fashion, style, and quality all at low prices on every item, every day. By the journeymen and apprentices at Pipe Fitters Local 211, answering the call since 1949. And by Michelob Ultra Zero. Make a plan to get home safe. A reminder from your friends at Silver Eagle Distributors, Houston. That's a big K right there. Got him. Swing and a miss. The Astros starter has a 1-2-3 inning with 3 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Ronel got him. That's 6 strikeouts for Ronel Blanco. 8 shutout innings.
Finish him on a slider. There we go.
His best outing of 2025. Ronel Blanco is back, making his first major league start since May the 17th of 2025 in Arlington against the Rangers. 429 days away. You can see what he has done the last 2 years. Had Tommy John surgery in June of last year. Made rehab starts, and now he is back after going through that rehab process, making 5 starts. Has thrown as many as 68 pitches and not quite gotten the 5 innings of work yet. 4 1/3 in his last outing with the Sugar Land Space Cowboys.
Tough customer, Ronel Blanco. He's going to be facing the Miami Marlins. As you see, there's the leadoff hitter in Kyle Stowers. But Xavier Edwards kind of bursting on the scene. 109 hits, 3rd in the National League, hitting .299. He does a lot of things really well. His strikeout percentage is at 12.4%, and his walk percentage is at 12%. Those are very good numbers for a guy like Xavier Edwards. Big piece of this Marlins offense.
They are missing their other big piece of the offense, who is the double play combo with Xavier, and that is Otto Lopez, who has been out the last couple of days with a finger injury. Got hit with a ground ball, not in the lineup today. So Kyle Stowers will lead things off, and he'll go after the first pitch that Blanco throws in 1 year, 2 months, and 3 days at the big league level, and fouls it away. It's 0-1. Marlins were swept in Milwaukee coming out of the All-Star break. The Astros swept at home by the Orioles. Stowers showing aggressiveness early, going after the first 2 pitches down to the count 0-2.
Well, 2 good fastballs from Blanco as well. 95 miles an hour, 94.7 on that last pitch.
Blanco back on the mound where he won the very first game in Joe Espada's career, making history that night in an early season 2024 game. Swing and a foul tip caught by Yainer Diaz. What a start for Ronel, a 3-pitch strikeout.
Good heater on our Mattress Firm Supermo. Up at that top rail, got the chase in the miss.
Ronel off and racing. 3-pitch strikeout, getting all swings from Stowers for the first out. Now Heriberto Hernandez. He goes after the first pitch. Ronel has 4 swings and 4 strikes.
What's going on, TK? What are these guys doing? This is a team in the Marlins who usually can grind down some pitchers by taking some pitches and working some counts.
See, Hernandez is riding a 12-game on-base streak. 5 pitches, 5 swings. This one sent to deep center but playable. Lucas Spence is there for the catch and the second out. How about the Astros starting defense? It's presented by Xfinity. Working with Ronel Blanco tonight is going to be Yainer Diaz behind the plate. On the infield, you've got Isaac Paredes and Jeremy Pena left side. Lamont Wade Jr. gets the start today on the right side, along with Jose Altuve. Christian Walker still nursing that hip injury. Zach DeZenzo in left with Lucas Spence and Taylor Trammell rounding out your outfield. Cam Smith getting a rare day off. Only Yordan Alvarez, who has now played 100 games for the Astros, is DHing tonight. And in the lineup, Cam at 99 and Christian Walker at 98.
For a guy who might be on a pitch limit, the Marlins are going out there and hacking.
6 pitches, Blummer, and 6 swings.
I like it, boys. Keep it up. Might still make time for happy hour.
It's crazy. But like you said, this is a guy who has only been stretched out to 68 pitches, so probably upper 70s, maybe 80 today. And the Marlins have been hyper aggressive in the first inning. That's a swing, too, I think.
Yeah,
that's a swing, says third base umpire James Hoy. He's our crew chief. DJ Rayburn behind the plate calling balls and strikes as part of Hoy's crew. That is all swings on 7 pitches.
It's an aggressive pace.
It's unbelievable. Mel keeps throwing pitches tempting enough for the swings. 8 pitches and 8 strikes off the IL for the 32-year-old out of the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, if you're going to get a patient team to swing, fill up the zone early.
Got him. What an inning for Ronel Blanco. A 9-pitch burst, striking out 2 and throwing nothing but strikes. Coming up for the Astros, it'll be Jeremy Pena back in the lineup. Yordan Alvarez and Isaac Paredes in the bottom of the first.
Starting lineup is presented by Whataburger, and there he is, Jeremy Pena, right back at the top of the lineup. He's the ignition switch in this lineup. He's been doing a very good job of getting on base, setting up things for Yordan Alvarez. And how about in his last 30 games, hitting .315 and has an .835 OPS.
Jansen Junk, the pitcher today for the Marlins, making his 13th start of the season, and Jeremy Pena goes after the first pitch and lines one to left. We have seen 10 pitches tonight and 10 swings from the Marlins, and now Jeremy Pena.
This is incredible. There's a memo going between clubhouses, huh?
I think the Marlins and the Astros played the last game of spring training. This has the makings of the getaway day in spring training.
This is the prototype for getaway day on spring training. Yeah, you're right. Wow.
There you saw the usage for Junk. He's going to be around the plate, so for the Astros to be aggressive, not a bad idea. He did walk 4 in his last start coming off the IL, but that's the most he's ever walked in any start in his career. Now facing Yordan Alvarez. Yordan has a career home run against Jansen Junk. He came back in 2021 when Junk was pitching with the Angels. He went from the Yankees to the Angels that year at the trade deadline, in a trade that moved Andrew Heaney to the Yankees. And then Yordan hit a home run in that second half of the season on a fastball. Yordan's never hit a home run against the Marlins, one of just 2 teams in the major leagues that Yordan is homerless against. Grounds a foul into the Astros dugout, scattering some guys on the bench, and the count's 1-2. Trammell ended up with the ball.
Going to have Yordan sign it.
The Cubs are the other team other than the Marlins that Yordan does not have a career home run against. So he's got something to shoot for here over the next 3 games. Yordan with 31 home runs, 2 home run lead in the American League, 73 RBIs, 5 RBI lead in the AL, and a .319 average, a 9-point lead in batting average. He's got all the Triple Crown numbers with 60 games to go. This ball hit hard into right field. He'll add to that batting average number. Griffin Conine backed up on that liner as Yordan smashes one to right for a single.
Good swing from Yordan. We'll check out Jansen Junk's arsenal that he's going out there with. Statcast 3D powered by Google Cloud. 4-seam fastball, slider, changeup, sweeper, curveball, sinker. But he's going to be primarily those top 3. Maybe that sweeper working in there a little bit. 4-seam average against is at .277, and Yordan turned around that last fastball at 114.2.
So Yordan now with a 7-game hitting streak with that single, and here's Isaac Paredes. Paredes has a 5-game hitting streak going and has been on base his last 13 games. As he fouls one back, it's 1-1. With what Yandy Diaz is doing tonight in Toronto, along with Yordan's first hit, that lead in batting average is now up to 12 points for Yordan against his fellow countryman Yandy Diaz. Paredes chases the sweeper. It's 1-2. He is going to be, as we mentioned, around the zone more than most pitchers, especially the off-speed stuff. Nobody throws more off-speed pitches in the zone than Jansen Junk. 52% of his off-speed pitches are in the zone. There was one there at the top of the zone with a sweeper. Stays 1-2. That one's golfed way up in the air. Second baseman Xavier Edwards drifts to his left, and he'll put away the pop-up for out number 2. I'll bring up the cleanup hitter Jose Altuve. Altuve led off yesterday and had a double and a home run. Scored the Astros 2 runs in that game. Now back hitting cleanup with Jeremy Pena back in the leadoff spot. Jose's next at bat against the Marlins will be his career 100th at bat against the Fish. And he is hitting a healthy .343 lifetime against Miami in 24 games. This one chopped foul. It's 1-1.
That's a real stunning number, Todd. I feel like Jose has 300+ numbers against about 28 teams in the league. Those are big numbers. I also like the idea of Junk as a hitter. If I'm facing Jansen Junk, it's nice to know that he's going to be throwing a lot of pitches in or around the zone. Don't have to worry about being too much on the edges or chasing some of those pitches if they're effectively wild. You can kind of zone in a little bit and be ready to hit more often than not.
He's going to be around the zone. He's not going to get a ton of strikeouts. Doesn't get a lot of swing and miss at the breaking ball or slider. There's one that drops in the top of the zone on Altuve. It's 2-2.
A lot of that spin can be tough on righties. He has been very good. 183 batting average against it, but those left-handed hitters have been raking him at 315.
That's going to be a strike at the bottom of the zone. Altuve is going to challenge. Jose leads.
Strike call.
Jose leads the team in overturns. And he's going to challenge this. It'll either be a full count or end of the inning, and it will be end of the inning. Altuve loses that challenge.
Houston has 1 challenge remaining.
So the Astros down to 1 challenge. We're through 1 inning and we're scoreless.
See all of this. These are his first place shelf trophies.
The best in Texas power pitcher is driven by Ford. Ronald Blanco pitches very well here at Daikin Park. You can see his opponent's batting average since 2024 of 177. Only Brian Wu, pitching up at T-Mobile Park in Seattle, has a lower home batting average against with a minimum of 100 innings since 2024. Ronald drops in a first pitch strike, the first pitch that a Marlin did not swing at. Liam Hicks, the designated hitter tonight, not offering at that pitch after the Marlins swung at all 9 pitches in the first inning. Goes after this one and fouls it away, and it's 0-2.
He might have to throw into the backstop to get him not to swing.
Hicks is a guy that's very tough to strike out. 3rd lowest strikeout percentage in the major leagues. And they found a spot where they decided not to swing. It's bounced in there. It's 1-2.
Yeah, good take.
Part of the lineup for the Marlins, will they have 5 consecutive left-hand hitters. You would think that Stephen Okert at some point is going to be a big factor in this series. The former Marlin. There's a lot of guys that hit much better against righties than lefties, Liam Hicks being one of them. Griffin Conine is another. He's on deck. Hicks hitting .302 against righties with 12 of his 13 strikeouts. That's going to be a strikeout called by the home plate umpire, DJ Rayburn. The Marlins wanted the appeal down to third, but Rayburn called it from behind the plate. That is strikeout number 3 for Blanco.
That good curveball down and in. We'll take a peek and see if Liam Hicks couldn't hold up. But as you see the spin from behind and that barrel getting out there. Yeah, that's borderline. It's a hitter you'd love to have that sent down the line, but since he's a Marlin, I'm okay with that call.
A rare strikeout for Hicks, just his 33rd strikeout on the year, with 33 walks in the mix as well. Here's Conine. Griffin Conine has been probably the Marlins' hottest hitter over the last couple of weeks. Last 9 games hitting .429 with an OPS just under 1,500. Fouls that one. That caught the mask of DJ Rayburn. Seems to be fine. It's a now 1-2 count.
Shot back there and rattled the cage. DJ Rayburn on her Mattress Firm Supermo just over the head of Yiner and catching that left side of the mask.
Ronel Blanco, another strikeout on the cambio. The changeup, picking up strikeout number 4 of the first 5 batters.
Believe it, Naruto night is Wednesday, July 22nd. Get the exclusive add-on ticket to score a limited edition Jeremy Pena Naruto-inspired bobblehead while supplies last. Visit astros.com/Naruto.
Now Jacob Marcy, the batter, and he checks swings a foul back. It's 0-1.
It's kind of excited to see that strikeout on the changeup, TK. We know that that's Ronel's best secondary pitch, so it's kind of fun to watch a lefty swing through that pitch.
Ronel striking out a bunch of Marlins. They're not exactly a free swinging team.
No.
They have come out aggressive tonight, and he has struck out 4 of the first 5 fish he's seen. Marcy has 50 walks, but he has struck out a bit this year with 87 strikeouts. He's down in the count 1-2, and there's your changeup for another swinging strike.
I like it.
17 of 21 strikes so far for Ronel Blanco. This one in play but out of play. He started in foul territory and then drifted to the stands. Yiner gave it a look. Ronel had 6 walks during his rehab stints, 5 appearances, 4 starts, and 1 relief appearance, and struck out 13. Tonight he has been locked in from the jump. That's called close to a called 3rd strike. Ronel started off the mound. Astros already lost one of their challenges last half inning, and that may have prevented Yiner from being aggressive there.
The entire baseball was in the zone.
So instead, Marcy gets another chance here with a 2-2 count.
Yeah, that was an excellent pitch. Command already early on for Ronel. His first start back off the injured list has been pinpoint. Velocity's been good. Spin rate's been good. Change-ups look great.
Now the count is full on Marcy, who's tied with Xavier Edwards for the team lead with 50 walks. Just stayed alive on an emergency swing on the slider.
Yeah, that's about as 9-1-1 as it gets.
Another full count 2-out pitch, and Marcy sends it foul way up in the air, but plenty foul down the right field side. Now pitched against the Marlins one time prior to tonight back in 2024. That'll be a walk. That was an at bat that could have ended 4 pitches ago with a strikeout had the Astros been aggressive with a challenge. Instead, it's going to be the first base runner allowed by Blanco. Now Ronell will face Joe Mack.
That's one thing about the ABS that we've noticed out throughout the course of the season is that if one of those challenges gets burned early, it really makes the rest of the game a little more tentative as far as going out there and making that challenge. Because I think if they have both challenges still existing in that pitch, I bet you we see Yainer tapping the helmet.
Yainer had 3 overturns in the game Saturday, which tied the most of any catcher for the Astros this year in one game. Wow, fastball beats him up top, and now it's 0-2 on Joe Mack. Ronell continues to look impressive here in the second inning.
Yeah, he's just grab and go right after that strike zone. That one at the top of the MD Anderson strike zone.
Mack is a new name for Astros fans who were seen the Marlins in the past. He made his big league debut on May the 4th. He's one of their top prospects, number 4 on the MLB pipeline for Miami. That pitch well up out of the zone. It's 1-2.
His route running must be pretty good with that number on his back.
Mack has played 35 games at AAA this year, and this is game number 57 for him at the big league level. That pitch is down, 2-2. So on a night where Ronell probably limited with his pitch count, he's probably going to end up throwing an extra 10 pitches here in this inning, if not more. On a inning that could have ended with a strikeout, and a striking out of the side was possible against Marcy. A little bit in, the count goes full.
Tried to bust that 4-seam fastball on that inner edge, didn't get it. Pretty good take by Mack.
Now Yainer will come out as Ronell's had to work hard in this inning. 9 pitches in the first and now 24 in the second.
Yeah, Ronell pitches with a certain level of moisture, and I think he's got a good lather going in this inning.
Now a message from Buick GMC.
Also a chance for him to catch his breath and make sure that he and Yainer are on the same page as they make this 3-2 pitch.
That ball is hit deep to right field, and that's going to be into the upper deck. Joe Mack on a 3-2 pitch connects for his 8th home run of the year, and the Marlins take a 2-0 lead in the second inning.
A fastball on that inner third And the young man turned on it. You'll see it right here. That fastball worked its way to that inner third, and Joe Mack just opened up on it. It's a 409-foot home run.
So this inning, which could have been over after 3 batters, instead turns into a 2-run inning as Graham Pauley misses the curveball. It's 0-1. That's the frustration with the ABS system in play now, is you have these plays that could have changed an inning. That one's down. It's 1-1. In the past, you just chalk it up to an umpire missing a call and you can still be frustrated, but this one had a chance to be overturned. And instead, Rennell walked the batter and then gave up the 2-run home run. Now it's a 1-2 count on Pauley.
Yeah, it's changed hindsight, and it's also changed a little bit of the blame. Usually you just say the umpire just blew that call and put that on me, but now players have opportunities to go to that ABS challenge.
Got him. Rennell does strike out 3 in the inning, but in between, a walk and a home run, and the Marlins lead 2-0.
I'm on top of the world right now.
Join the official kids club of the Houston Astros and sign up for the Astros Buddies Club presented by HEB today. Buddies Club members receive drawstring bag, widget hat, widget charm, socks, lanyard, and 4 tickets to an Astros game. Visit astros.com/buddies to sign up today. TK.
All right, Julia Lamontway Jr. leads things off, by the way. Welcome back, Julia. Good to have you back with us.
I guess All-Star break is over.
All-Star break's been over for the rest of us for a while.
Oh.
Yeah. It's good to have you back.
I had an extended one.
Rightfully so.
I missed you guys.
Good to have you back here and with us on the next road trip and for many more games to follow. Great job by Lauren Callender filling in. Lamontway Jr. with a 2-1 count. He did not have a hit in the Baltimore series, but he did walk 5 times against the Orioles. And he takes a pitch down and in for a ball, 3-1. That's popped up. Mack giving it a look, fires the mask away and does not have room as that lands about a row behind the netting. Lamont playing his 14th game with the Astros, has 8 hits in 39 at bats and also has drawn 7 walks, almost as many walks as hits. There's another walk. Lamontway Jr. continues to get on base via the walk, 6th time in 4 games on this homestand. Vincent Junk, who mentioned doesn't walk many, but coming off the IL, he did walk 4 in that last start against Seattle. He was placed on the IL at the end of May with right shin bone inflammation and then returned on July 9th. Missed the entire month of June. Here's Yainer Diaz. Yainer takes one off the plate for ball 1. Shows we'll see the right-hander Junk tonight. Then we'll get another righty tomorrow, Tyler Phillips and Sandy Alcantara in the finale on Wednesday night. This ball punched into right center field is going to be down for a hit. Good read by Lamont Wade, but he can't get to third as getting to the ball quickly is Griffin Conine. But the Astros have their first 2 base runners on here in the 2nd inning.
Nice piece of hitting by Yiner. There's a pitch down below the zone. Sometimes you expect the right-handed hitter to just go ahead and try and turn on that one and yank it into the corner, but Yiner did a really good job of forcing the hands through early, which forced him to go the other way with that pitch.
Now Taylor Trammell, Astros getting as left-handed as possible in their lineup tonight. All the players on their bench are right-handed hitters, with Trammell, Lucas Spence, Lamont Wade Jr., and Yordan Alvarez all in the lineup. We showed you the splits earlier, how the lefties have hit at a much higher clip against junk this year. This one grounded towards the outfield for a base hit. Being waved around is Lamont Wade Jr. The throw is cut off, and Lamont is safe on the RBI single by Taylor Trammell. It's now a 2-1 game.
Attaboy, T. Astros looking for a spark in this lineup. And do I believe what I just saw? Base hit with a runner in scoring position. Good job on a hanging changeup in our UTMD Anderson strike zone, and you see that ball pulled over the head of the first baseman and into right field. And Lamont Wade Jr. hustling around, that ball cut off, not even a play at home.
So the Astros getting one of those runs right back, and you're right, Plummer. It has been tough lately with runners in scoring position for the Astros. Zach DeZenzo, the batter. Zach goes out to the first pitch and skies a foul out of play.
Outfield arms are presented by Lone Star College. That's some pretty good arms out there. A good arm in center, maybe the best arm in left, and playing a shallow left field here at Daikin Park. Be a red light out in the left. Conine, the weaker of the arms, but playing right field, so you might test him like we just saw.
And the Astros sending Lamont Wade Jr. on that single that got through between the first baseman Stowers and the second baseman Edwards. Now a 1-1 count on Zach DeZenzo. Zach chops one towards third. They go to second for one. DeZenzo is going to be safe on the return throw. Trammell is retired on the fielder's choice, and the Astros will have runners on the corners with 1 out.
Get a peek at it on our aerial coverage of the wire cams that's presented by our partners at Defy. Good hustle by DeZenzo to extend this inning.
Taylor Trammell ran right through the bag at second.
That has been a new trend, seeing guys do that, but at the same time there's also I think there's another rule that's been implemented to keep them from doing that.
Yeah, he would have been called out for vacating the base even had he beaten the throw, because he just kept running to the outfield. But now it'll be incumbent on Lucas Spence to put the ball in play. He's got the infield in tight. Yiner Diaz is the runner on third base. Zach DeZenzo the runner on first. Spence taking a pitch off the plate. It's 2-0. Lucas looking for his first major league run batted in. Is 3 for 11 so far in his career. All of them being singles. And that pitch is in off the plate. It's now a 3-0 count. Jeremy Pena looms on deck.
Spence getting an extra look at that fastball, hoping to get another one right here. TK mentioned earlier, Junk doesn't mind throwing his off-speed pitches in the zone. Came after him with the heater again.
Runner goes. The pitch is fouled as Spence stays alive on the 3-2 fastball. Only 32 strikeouts for Junk against left-handed pitching, left-handed hitting this year, and 162 at bats coming into tonight. So far tonight, Jordan has a single, Lamont Wade Jr. walked, and Taylor Trammell has a single. Now the fourth lefty, Spence, trying to drive in the tying or go-ahead runs. That's going to be down and in for ball 4. Astros will load up the bases. Jeremy Pena will bat with the bases full.
Baseball is such an interesting game. When all the scouting and all the prep that we do for this game, everything said that the Marlins are going to be the more patient team. But here are the Astros in the bottom part of their lineup, getting some key base hits, working a couple of walks, and frustrating Jansen Junk. Now has the bases loaded with the top of the lineup up for the Astros.
A little meeting at the mound. Daniel Moscos is out there having a word with his pitcher, the pitching coach. Bases filled, 1 out, and Jeremy Pena, who lined out to left his first time up, will be the batter. Pena this year has hit with the bases loaded 5 times. He is 2 for 4 with a sacrifice fly. Infield pretty much halfway in, a little closer on the right side. Pena takes a pitch, called a strike on the outside edge, 0-1.
Take another look at that pitch on our UTMD Anderson strike zone. Off the plate.
Now 96 at the bottom of the zone for a strike, and Pena's going to have to battle now down in the count 0-2. Uses his timeout here. Jeremy hit the ball hard his first time up, lining out to left. This ball hit in the air to right, plenty deep enough to score 1. Couldn't score 4. That ball's gone. A slam for Pena. The Astros take a 5-2 lead on a ball that just got over the wall in right field.
That'll make me want a jalapeno. That was some late life going to the opposite field. Taking some stakes away from the big man. He better apologize for that big blast.
Second career grand slam for Pena, who was out of the lineup yesterday due to injury.
A 2-strike fastball that misses its spot, and Jeremy elevates and gets a little bit more.
See Conine making a jump at the wall. That one just cleared the wall and right. Pena hit a slam last year against Seattle late in the season on September the 20th, and now he hits his second career grand slam. Both have been here at Daikin Park. Welcome back to the lineup, JP3.
No kidding.
Now this guy tries to go back-to-back, but he hooks one down the line. Don saw the bases cleared in front of him, now bats with the bases empty and 1 out. How about the Astros' answer to the 2 spot by the Marlins? This ball skied high, deep, forget about it. Way up in the second deck. The big man hits number 32 on the air, and it's 6-2 Astros.
Not to be outdone. Jordan makes it back-to-back.
Nobody in the major leagues has a better batting average with 2 strikes, and Jordan just crushed an 0-2 pitch for his 32nd home run of the year.
Well, you talked about the off-speed from Junk will be in the zone and sometimes to a detriment. That's a good slider down and in, but you're not throwing that to a mere mortal. The man is incredible. 428-foot bomb.
Jeremy Pena with a slam, followed by the monster shot by Jordan, as the Astros go back-to-back and turn a 2-0 deficit into a 6-2 lead here in the bottom of the second. That had a chance, Blummer, based on what happened this weekend against the Orioles and the frustration of not getting out of that inning with a possible ABS overturn, to be a tough spot of the game where you're really looking for something positive, and the Astros end up with a 6 spot.
Yeah, that's remarkable. They picked him up big time. And it gives a little extra rest to Rinella after that lengthy inning that he had to grind through.
Now Isaac Paredes finds himself down in the count 1-2. The trouble against lefties continues for Jansen Junk.
But what? Back to back, boys. Oh man, when this team's going, they are fun to watch.
6th time the Astros have gone back-to-back this year. Last time was Taylor Trammell and Cam Smith on June 29th. This ball hit hooking foul, and the count's 2-2.
The ball's not hooked foul, Todd. It was Isak.
That's right. True.
Yeah.
Lefties tonight. Jordan is 2 for 2 with a home run. Lamont Wade with a walk and a run scored. Trammell with a single and an RBI. Lucas Spence with a walk and a run scored.
No, look at my swing. You look at my swing.
Jeremy's like, I got 3 more RBIs than you this inning. Two pitches, pop foul out of play.
I actually think he was talking about that ball that he did hit to right field, and they're kind of trying to. You get a little extra carry out of it like that, and the way that Jeremy hit it off the bat, there's backspin on that that'll give you a little extra life and some carry on that baseball to right field.
Paredes, who sees more pitches than anybody else in baseball, long at bat here with a 2-2 count. What an inning put together by the Astros, coming in 3rd in the majors, 2nd in the American League in home runs, hitting back-to-back shots here in the 6th. They were down 2-1 when Jeremy Pena came to the plate. He made it a 5-2 game, and then Jordan tacked on another to make it 6-2. Having to work hard in this inning. He's up to 53 pitches. We're still in the 2nd. Through 16 in the 1st. Still only 1 out in the inning. That's going to be a walk. So 8 batters in. The Marlins have recorded just 1 out so far in the inning, and they have their bullpen going in the 2nd.
That pitchability for Junk has kind of disappeared this inning. You know, we've seen it on our side, how the 8-9 guys can kind of frustrate a lineup, but how about the fact that you walked the 9-hole hitter in a 3-2 count? That leads to Jeremy Pena getting back to the top of the lineup.
And that was a big plate appearance by Spence. He got ahead of the count 3-0, and then Junk got it back to 3-2 before he walked him in front of the slam.
He walked him with a slider. Just going back to that Spence at bat, just saying, we know that he can throw that the off speed or the secondary pitches in the zone, but at that moment, is that the pitcher guaranteed going to get in the zone and have action on?
And the command has not been there for him. 3 walks this inning, 4 walks in his last start. Last start was a career high number of walks.
Oh boy.
And he's got 3 tonight, 1 shy of his career high. They all came this inning.
Unfortunately, some carryover.
1-2 the count. Jose struck out looking his first time up. This is now a 41 pitch inning so far for Junk. Still 1 out. Jose with a sharp line drive. That's a trap. They get the out at second, and Jose is out at first too. They turn the double play on a ball that was short hop by Graham Pauley to end the inning. But the Astros with 2 big swings.
After that grand slam, Jordan had to add on. He got a hold of a slider down and in. Get out the telescope. That one went a mile.
Many Texans feel.
Get Out and Play is driven by Toyota. Let's look back on one of the fun memories in Astros history. That's Ronel Blanco on the bump, throwing a no-hitter on April 1st against the Blue Jays. He needed 105 pitches that day, struck out 7. It was cool for a lot of reasons. There's a long list of reasons why that was so special, other than the fact that it was a no-hitter, but the fact that he was told he was getting into going to be in the starting rotation for the Astros about a week before that. Also, him and his wife welcoming a baby girl on that very same day. There was a lot going on that was good for Ronel Blanco at that time. Cool to see him come through and then have his mom there as well, TK. Just a lot of great memories on that day.
Yeah, and also Joe Espada's first win as a manager.
See?
A lot going on. This ball punched into center. Spence is going to get there, no problem. Javier Sanoa flies out to center for the first out. Joe now sits 2 shy of being a top 10 manager in Astros history for wins. He's got a 6-2 lead in this game as we play the 3rd, as we go back to the top of the lineup for Kyle Stowers. Stowers struck out his first time up, 1 of 5 strikeouts for Ronel Blanco, first time through the lineup. And Stowers goes after the first pitch slider down and in, 0-1. Stowers, Hernandez, and Edwards swung at every pitch Ronel Blanco threw in the first inning. And he is still swung at every pitch he has seen tonight. This one into center, backing up a few steps is Spence, and there's 2 away. Ronel had 19.5 minutes of rest in the last half inning after throwing 29 pitches in the second.
So far, a quick couple of outs. He would like to get through this inning quickly and force the Marlins either to go to their bullpen or put Junk back out there. With limited rest and after throwing 40+ pitches, got a guy on the ropes, put him back out there and see what your offense can do again.
And the Marlins bullpen right now is silent, so it looks like Junk is going to stay out there.
Wow.
So 2 outs. Hernandez taking his time, knowing his starter probably needs a little extra breather. Now digs in and takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1. Hernandez flied to center his first time up. Now bouncing in there, 1-1. One start that Ronel had against the Marlins in July of 2024. was here in Houston. Went 7 innings, 4 hits, couple of runs, a walk, and 7 strikeouts. Picked up a quality start in his only outing against Miami. That one near the bottom of the zone, called a strike. And Roberto Hernandez is going to challenge this. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Astros have lost a challenge in the first inning when Altuve challenged a low strike. And this one will go against Hernandez.
Miami has a challenge remaining.
So both teams with 1 challenge remaining. "46 pitches in, 33 strikes for Rennell. And add another one. Strikeout number 6. Half a dozen for Rennell. He is punching some tickets tonight. And a clean 1-2-3 third and a 6-2 Astros lead.
Some jibbies.
Family. Get my new Philly Munchie Meal with new jibbies.
Welcome to Doc in the Box.
Time to take a look at our Chevy Stroll Poll. Here we go. You know what to do now that the World Cup is over. What is your favorite non-baseball summer sporting event? World Cup, or maybe the Olympics, golf majors, or tennis majors? Vote at Space City H, and we'll have results later. TK?
All right, Julia, we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Montway Jr. started the last inning off with a walk, and now he'll start off the 3rd inning as the Astros batted around in the 2nd. Machu a walk and scored a run as he takes a pitch up high from Jansen Junk. It's 1-0. Junk, who was out there for 19.5 minutes last inning, had about 4.5 minutes of rest in the top half of the 3rd. This one popped up foul, giving it a look. Graham Pauly, the 3rd baseman, he gets over there in a hurry and makes a nice play on that foul ball down the line and left. So Wade retired for the first out. Mentioned earlier, the Astros saw Junk when he was with the Angels at the beginning of his career. He has pitched with 2 other organizations in between the Angels and the Marlins. He was with Milwaukee in 23 and 24, and then with the A's for just 1 game in the 24 season as well. Yainer goes after the first one, grounds one to short. Sanoa's throw is high, and Yainer retired on a nice play at first by Stowers, jumping up to make that catch for out number 2.
Yainer hit this ball at 110 miles an hour. Sanoa had taken his time, just kind of flipped it over there. Didn't really finish the throw, but fortunately Stowers able to get up and get down safely on the bag.
It's now the Astros with 2 quick outs on 3 pitches, and Taylor Trammell will bat. Trammell snapped an 0 for 10 with a ground single through the hole on the right side that provided the first run for the Astros. Trammell making his 2nd start of the year in right field. Cam Smith has been out there most of the year for the Astros, but tonight, given the night off, as Trammell takes a strike, it's 1-1. It's a little bit above the zone, and it's a 2-1 count. With the change up there, evens up the count at 2 apiece. Junk last year just 13 walks in 16 starts and 5 relief appearances. But Comes through with a 1-2-3 inning after giving up 6 in the second. Good bounce back inning for Jansen Junk. It's still a 6-2 game, an 8-pitch inning for Jansen.
Part of the team today.
Let's get to know Xavier Edwards, brought to you by Gallery Furniture. 4th season, he's 26 years old, batting .298. OPS is a .795 because he's done a very good job of getting on base. His on-base percentage this season at .379, and he has played in all 100 of the games for the Marlins.
Edwards, the only one in the lineup for the Marlins who has faced Ronel Blanco before tonight. He was in there in the lineup in 2024 when Ronel pitched against Miami here in Houston and went 0 for 3 that night. He went 0 for 1 so far tonight with a strikeout his first time up. Not an easy guy to strike out. Ronel has missed on the first 3 here in the 4th inning. And he missed on the first pitch to Edwards. It was the first time he didn't throw a first pitch strike all night long. There's a strike. It's 3-1. Now had only thrown 13 pitches out of the strike zone in the first 3 innings, none in the first inning. Drops that in for a strike, and the count goes full. The guy coming off the IL, the command's been good.
It's been outstanding. He's also got some confidence in his secondary pitches. That was a 3-1 curveball. It came back and got the top part of the zone.
Couldn't quite drop that curveball in there, and that'll be walk number 2 allowed by Blanco. So far, just 3 base runners for the Marlins, a couple of walks and a 2-run home run. Now Liam Hicks, the batter. Hicks struck out his first time up. For Edwards, that was walk number 51. He and Marcy tied for the team lead, had the 2 walks tonight. Hicks fouls one back. It's 0-1. Hicks was doing a lot of the catching before Joe Mack was called up in the beginning of the month of May, and now getting a chance to DH. This is his 30th game as a DH. Grounds this one foul, and count goes to 0-2. Hicks has also played his share over at first base as well. That ball skied. That's going to be a 2-run home run as well. This one off the facade of the second deck. Both walks allowed by Blanco tonight have preceded a 2-run home run for the Marlins. And a 6-2 game now turns to a 6-4 game as the Marlins cut the lead in half.
Curveball, it stayed middle. For Ronel, see it right here on our UTMB Anderson strike zone, kind of came back into the swing. And Hicks got a hold of it.
These 2 teams have been struggling to score runs recently, but so far not the case tonight. Marlins have scored only 13 runs during their 6-game losing streak, just a little bit more than 2 per game, and the Astros had scored just 11 runs, losing their last 4 games. This ball hit to center. Back goes Spence. has room and puts it away for the first out. Griffin Conine retired for out number 1. Julia.
Houston's most unique holiday celebration is back. Enjoy Astros Light Up the Park, presented by Houston Methodist at Daikin Park, December 4th through January 3rd. Perfect for all ages. For more information or to purchase your tickets, visit astros.com/lightupthepark.
1 out, base is empty for Jacob Marcy. Last time Marcy played in Daikin Park, he was part of Team Italy and teammates with Zach DeZenzo, starting in left field tonight. Marcy walked his first time up and scored a run. Six strikeouts, 2 walks, and 2 two-run home runs. A lot of all-true outcomes today for Ronel Blanco. Marcy stays alive at 1-2. Astros will be very aware of Blanco's pitch count tonight. We mentioned not fully extended in his rehab assignment. There's a nice pitch for a strikeout. That is strikeout number 7 for Ronel. Marcy down on strikes for the second out.
Change up down. Get the chase. The ball just fading under the swing of Marcy. Nothing he could do about it. That kind of action.
Now Joe Mack, the batter, and he'll take a curveball for a strike. Mack hit one into the second deck for his 8th home run of the year. 2 of the 3 catchers on this roster, Mack and Liam Hicks, with the 2-run home runs tonight. Now the count 0-2. Their other catcher, Brian Navarretto. They have 2 lefty hitting catchers, and Navarretto swings the bat right-handed. Now one tap foul. Count stays 0-2. The only players who have recorded a putout for the Astros in this game are Lucas Spence and Yainer Diaz. Yainer thought he had another one, but no swing, says James Hoy. The count's 1-2.
It's pretty fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a weird box score so far.
It is really strange.
A weird scorecard. It's been walk, home run in the even numbered innings. And everything else has been a strikeout or a fly out to center. That's up for a 2-2 count. So the other 7 fielders, or the other 6 fielders, I should say, could have vacated the field tonight. We'd have the same scenario. And it stays that way with strikeout number 8 for Ronel Blanco. He gets him on another good changeup. Ronel with 8 strikeouts through 4. It's 6-4.
The Marlins, tomorrow at 6:30 on Space City Home Network.
A lot of offense between these two teams. 10 runs, only 7 hits combined, as the Astros have 2 home runs and the Marlins have 2 home runs. Astros hitting a slam and a solo shot back to back. Marlins getting a couple of 2-run home runs in the 2nd and the 4th. Zach DeZenzo skies a pop foul, and that'll be just beyond the netting behind home plate for strike 1. Be DeZenzo, Lucas Spence, and Jeremy Pena batting here in the bottom of the 4th. Jansen Junk, after throwing 42 pitches and facing 9 batters in the 2nd, got the Astros in order on 8 pitches in the 3rd. Enzo bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up and scored a run. Came around on the Jeremy Pena slam, second of JP's career. Marlins have their bullpen going again. And it's the lefty Dax Fulton once again, as he was up back in the second inning when Junk had that extended inning. 0-2 pitch is off the plate. It's 1-2 to DeZenzo. Zach making his 18th start of the year. All of them have been in left field. Goes down on strikes here as he misses the changeup. He'll head to first, and the throw is made by Joe Mack for the first out.
The Shiner Spotlight's going to fall on. Marlins, the hot and cold. June 1st to July 9th. Best team in baseball. 26-8, doing a very good job. 5.4 runs per game. And then you look on the right-hand side, since then, 0-6 and dropping down to 2.2 runs. Those numbers deflating or sinking, depending on how you talk about the Marlins. Some tough numbers coming into this matchup with the Astros. Offensive numbers will be helped out by those 2 home runs. It was kind of a series where something's got to give. And hopefully it's the Astros picking up some W's against the team and continue the woes of the Marlins.
Lucas Spence drew a walk right in front of the Jeremy Pena grand slam. He's down to the count here, 0-2. So Dax Fulton has taken a seat, and Blake Bacher is now warming up. This ball hit hard off the glove of Stowers, stays with it, flips to Junk just in time to get Lucas Spence. Good play by the Marlins first baseman on that sharply hit grounder. Julia.
Welcome your newest little fan to the Astros family with the Astros Rookies Club, presented by Houston Methodist. This program, designed for newborns, includes a bib, swaddle blanket, milestone markers, and Astros birth certificate. Join now at astros.com/rookies club.
2 outs, base is empty. That's now 6 in a row sent down by Junk. As he faces Jeremy Pena, who hit his second slam of his career to right field his last at bat. Astros did not have Pena or Christian Walker in the lineup in yesterday's game. Pena made his way back in there. Walker could be available tonight doing some baseball activities, but not quite ready to be back in the lineup. So Lamont Wade Jr. getting a second straight start at first. Grounded foul. It's 1-1. Astros with their City Connects, which they wear on Monday nights. They will have 2 more Monday home games the rest of the year. None being in September as Pena hits a foul. One at the beginning of August, August 3rd against the Blue Jays, and one on the last day of August against the White Sox. That one's down and away, 2-2. Wonder if Pena reaches, if Bacher will come in the game, because Jordan has had great swings so far against Jansen Junk.
Yeah, he has. He hasn't fooled him with much. I mean, it's been just high octane exit velocities the first 2 swings against Junk.
Now it's a 3-2 count. 3 walks in that second inning that led to the grand slam and solo home run. Pena puts it on the ground towards short. Sanoa makes the play, and Jeremy just out by less than a step. Turns out to be another 1-2 inning for Junk as he gets through the fourth. He has retired 7 in a row. Astros still lead 6-4.
Firestone Complete Auto Care.
Fifth inning baseball. Astros leading 6-4. And Pauly will lead things off in the fifth. As this inning is starting, the Astros will get their bullpen moving. I mentioned Ronel Blanco is going to be a little bit limited on the pitch count today. So Bennett Sousa, the lefty, and Enyel De Los Santos, the righty, warming up as we start the fifth. Ronel's only given up 2 hits so far. He's only given up 2 walks. But every base runner that's been on base has scored. A walk preceding a home run in the second and a walk preceding a home run in the fourth. Thought he would be 80-ish as his pitch count today, and that's probably where he's going to end up. It's got a 1-1 count here on the 8-hitter Pauly. On the ground, just foul. And it's 1-2. We're now with 15 of 17 first pitch strikes tonight. Joe Espada loved that number.
Well, it's been pretty incredible how he has attacked the zone. It's paid off for him too. I've seen a couple more breaking balls than maybe I anticipated in his first start back, just because I was expecting so many changeups with this many left-handed hitters in the lineup. They've been good curveballs, except for that one he did throw to Liam Hicks. But otherwise, it's been kind of smooth sailing for Ronel Blanco. It's always nice, too, when your team puts up a 6 spot in the bottom of the second and lets you work your way back into the rotation. But I think getting 5 out of Ronel would be fantastic. These foul balls aren't helping the cause.
No. The extra, 14 or 15 pitches in that second inning didn't help either.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, that's an inning in itself at the rate he's been throwing strikes.
Astros had a chance to get out of the inning had they employed an ABS challenge on a called third strike with 2 outs. Instead, a walk ensued, and then a home run followed that. Pauly struck out his first time up. Puts this ball in play to left. Zach DeZenzo back a few steps to his left. 1 away. The Junior Shooting Stars Dance Clinic returns this summer. Sign your child up today to learn a dance routine they will perform on field prior to an Astros game. Register now at astros.com/dance. Josh Miller checking with the progress of the double barrel action. Javier Sanoa breaks his bat and hits a foul down the left field side.
As he goes and gets another bat. That is now 20 foul balls off of Ronel in this outing. He also has 16 swings and misses.
Ethan Katz, sorry,
numbers. No, it's just good numbers.
Ethan Katz explaining to Enyel De Los Santos, you are in for this guy, or if it gets to this part of the lineup, that's where Bennett Sousa is going to be in. The Astros know that Ronel doesn't have too many more hitters. How about 16 of 18 first pitch strikes now with that foul ball?
That's beautiful. That's taking control of the at bat.
Now 0-2.
This little sweeper coming across the zone had Sanoa way out in front.
Sanoa has an 8.6 strikeout percentage, one of the toughest in all of baseball to strike out.
Yeah, this dude's up there swinging early and often, but he doesn't strike out much. He had a pretty good streak broken up the other day by striking out.
Puts the ball in play with 2 strikes here. Pena's going to have to hurry, and he does. Sanoa flies up the line, and there's 2 outs. So Kyle Stowers, who has seen 5 pitches tonight and swung at all 5, has struck out and flied out to center. Will bat here with 2 outs and nobody on. Plummer said getting Urnell through 5 would be a beautiful thing. He's got the opportunity here if he gets Stowers.
He's got to be swinging, doesn't he? Oh, he took one.
Took his first pitch of the night, 1-0. Changeup has picked up a lot of swings and misses tonight.
Yeah, there's good north to south on that changeup. Good fade from Urnell Blanco. That's why it's his best secondary pitch. He can turn it over and gives that illusion of it staying through the zone with good arm action on it. He's had some of these Marlin hitters a little confused, trying to stay back on it.
That one's wide, 3-1. I think if he loses this batter, it might be the end of the night for Urnell.
Yeah, it's been 4 straight changeups.
Eight swings and misses on the changeup tonight. That's going to be a little bit high, ball 4, and that will be the end of the night. Urnell is going to leave after his 3rd walk. Joe Espada out of the dugout. He's going to make the call to the bullpen. They have a right-hand hitter due up, which means we'll probably see Enyel De Los Santos when we come back. Urnell will leave down 6-4.
A good problem.
Back here at Dyken Park, top 5th, 2 outs. After that walk, Urnell Blanco's evening was done. He came out to a nice applause from the crowds on his efforts on his first start coming back from that severe injury in the right elbow. He looked fantastic. Fastball, changeup, curveball, sweeper, everything looked great. He was filling up that strike zone. Just a couple of mistakes, but Enyel in here to leave that runner stranded at first. 45 2/3 innings in 43 appearances. This will be his 3rd outing in the last 4 days.
Enyel did pitch in the game on Saturday and threw 25 pitches in his 1 inning of work. Faces Heriberto Hernandez, and he skies one to center. Lucas Spence has been pretty busy out there in center field. Puts another one away. 1 pitch and 1 out for De Los Santos to get through the 5th. We're halfway home with the Astros leading 6-4.
Ford dealer.
My insurance claim only offered me $110,000. So I called Daily & Black. They got me $4.5 million. If you feel that your insurance company is lowballing you, don't wait. Call Daily & Black.
League leaders are presented by Houston Methodist, and when you're talking about league leaders in the Astros, you're usually talking about Yordan Alvarez. These are updated numbers through his 2 for 2 tonight with a home run. He's up to 1,075 OPS. That means nobody in all of baseball is within 100 points of him. Ben Rice having a great year for the Yankees, but he is 109 points behind in the OPS race.
Pretty incredible numbers. He's digging in, and he's going to be facing a new pitcher. Lake Bacher has to deal with the big man. 33 games, 3.53 is the ERA. You saw the innings pitched also. 51 innings pitched.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
They're so desperate to get a strike on Jordan. They're going to challenge the first pitch of the at-bat. ABS powered by T-Mobile. They're going to lose.
Yeah, keep the tip cup out there. Keep rattling it.
They are out of challenges.
There you go. Trying to get Bacher off to a better start. But he can give you multiple innings, obviously.
I would say there's not a lot of hitters that you're going to challenge the first pitch of an inning.
True point.
Unless you have numbers like this. And these are updated numbers as well, with Yandy Diaz having 2 hits in his game tonight against the Blue Jays. This ball smashed towards the bullpen. Get ready. It's all the back of the bullpen. Jordan, back-to-back home runs. He's 3 for 3 with 2 bombs, and the bullpen goes crazy.
Air Jordan with an absolute blistering laser into the bullpen. 419-foot line drive. The launch angle was only 23 degrees on that as it gets out of there. He went back-to-back with Jeremy, and now he's gone back-to-back with himself and back-to-back at bats.
So good.
He is unbelievable. He is absolutely dialed in, and he squares this up. Just a modest 108.3 off the bat, but it sounded like a thunderbolt.
My goodness. Look at Payne. He's like, really?
Yeah.
You're going to ruin my night where I hit a slam?
I do miss the Dubon facial expressions after the home runs from Jordan.
There was some similar vibes to that with Pena sitting there, hands on hips, saying, you just had to outdo me, right?
Really?
Like, I hit a slam, and you have to hit 2.
Yeah, I drove in all 4 with 1 swing. You're going to drive in 4 with 4 swings.
And those balls are just punished. See why Joe Mack tried to steal a strike for Lake Bacher, because this guy's in another planet right now.
He marked the Marlins off his list.
Right.
Teams to hit home runs against.
And now he's got 2 already.
Gosh.
The Cubs are the only team in baseball unscathed with a home run by Jordan Alvarez. They have never allowed a home run to Jordan, any pitchers for the Cubs, but the Marlins have not allowed any before tonight. And he has got 2, his 27th multi-home run game of his career. 33 and 75 RBIs now for Jordan. It is truly remarkable. And I know Clayton McCullough, in his 2nd year as a Marlins manager, comes out in a series and watches that, and then all of a sudden we might see what happened in Arlington.
Yep.
Where the Rangers kind of stopped pitching to him as that series went along. This ball popped into shallow left, backing up is Sanoja. He is called off by Hernandez for the first out.
And again, not terrible pitches. It's just a fastball on the outer third, and the pitcher's going, are you kidding me? How did he do that? Got Lucas Spence, welcome to the show. The Jordan Alvarez show. Yeah, most guys on this team, it's just another Monday. To Lucas Spence, that's impressive.
It's very impressive. Altuve hooks 1 foul. And you can see in that shot where Spence said, wow, that Jeremy Pena was waiting in the background like, I cannot believe you're stealing my thunder.
Right?
But you're the man again.
Again.
Again. I mean, we got to pick the stick of Pena with a slam. We were in good shape, and now we might be trailing again.
Sweating right now.
Yeah. So Jordan with 4 more will catch Jeff Bagwell for the all-time list of multi-home run games in Astros history.
I would love to be in that Marlins dugout maybe after this inning when Bacher comes in. He's going, because the Marlins are unique in the sense that the pitches are coming from the dugout.
That's right.
He's going, hey, man, I executed. I put that pitch right where you wanted it. What do you want me to do? I'm doing what you told me, Coach.
That's why we saw his reaction.
That's on you.
Tuve with a 1-2 count is 0 for 2 tonight. A strikeout and a double play. And he goes down on strikes, but a chance to get to first base. But Mack has the ball bounce right back to him. The throw is a little wide, but staying on the bag. Stowers. Altuve retired for the second out. Strike out on a pitch that went to the backstop for Bacher's first out, or first strikeout of his appearance, and now Lamont Wade Jr. Lamont pops one up first base side, playable for Stowers, and after the solo home run by Jordan, Bacher gets the next 3 batters, but Jordan makes it a 3-run game, 7-4, his second home run of the night. Houston Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. By Genesis, sponsored locally by your Houston area Genesis retailers. Welcome to Genesis. And by Uber Eats. Game day cravings? Order Wing Bay on Uber Eats now. We have seen 5 home runs in the game. Marlins scoring all 4 of their runs on 2 home runs. Astros getting 6 of their 7 on 3 home runs, 2 of them from the incredible Yordan Alvarez. Eniel De Los Santos, who got 1 out on 1 pitch in the 5th inning, back out there for more in the 6th. Xavier Edwards taking a strike. Astros have Steven Okert warming in their pen. We figured Okert would be in probably 2 games in this series based on the number of lefties the Marlins have in their lineup. It appears he will get in at some point tonight as he is loosening up now.
Shocking. Yeah, but they've got a stacked lineup of left-handed hitters. You got Xavier Edwards at the dish right now, can go from both sides of the plate. Then you just have lefty after lefty. Marlins do have a full right-handed bench, including Otto Lopez. And once you get into those leverage situations against the Astros, you can count on seeing left-handed pitching.
Not sure what the status is of Lopez. Ruiz is a guy that they will pinch hit with a little bit, but they don't pinch hit a whole lot. But obviously, if Lopez is healthy, he would be a strong candidate.
On our Matches from Supermo, you're going to see that De Los Santos has a pretty good changeup too.
Two and two the count to Xavier Edwards. And that one's down. It's a full count. Edwards walked on a full count to start the 4th inning. Struck out in the 1st. Final line on Ronel Blanco, 4 2/3 innings, 2 hits, both of the hits being home runs. Gave up 4, walked 3, and struck out 8. Swing and a miss. De Los Santos gets Edwards down to a knee on that strikeout. And that is his first strikeout, strikeout number 9 for the Astros.
The power play is presented by AGB. And how about yesterday? Yiner helping out his pitcher and himself. The throw down has the runner out, but the ball was called ball 4, and immediately tapping on the helmet was Yiner Diaz, and the call was overturned. Therefore, the runner at second is out. So with that challenge, he picked himself up, caught stealing.
That was a huge overturn for the Astros. Would have been a walk and bases loaded instead. Out at second base, and the plate appearance continued. This ball slicing onto Zenzo is going to run out of room. It's foul ball, and it's 0-2. Liam Hicks with one of the two-run home runs for the Marlins. His 14th home run is now the team lead. He came in tied with Edilberto Hernandez for the team lead. Hicks with 13 of his 14 home runs against right-hand pitching. And Conine much more effective against righties than lefties. Conine on deck. It's now a 1-2 count. Excuse me, 7-4 Astros lead. They forgot to put the 7th run on the El Grande board.
How do you forget Jordan's home run?
Maybe he broke the board.
Could have.
Yeah, give him one in the bottom of the 5th.
I think that one qualifies. He hit it hard enough.
I think it was at least 400, wasn't it?
419.
Yeah, that counts. All right, they're going to change that. They're going to change that. I know they're going to change that.
We'll send Julia up there.
Julia's busy down on the camera well.
Oh, that's right.
A lot of home runs to capture down here.
A lot of reactions on.
How good was Peña's reaction?
Great, but I can't wait to show you the reaction of Vasquez and Taylor Trammell trying to find where the ball landed.
With telescopes?
With telescopes.
Trammell can't catch up to this little flare, as dropping into the right field is Liam Hicks. Julia.
Los Astros is back on SCHN. Catch your Houston Astros in Spanish for this week's games against the Miami Marlins, only on SCHN 2 and streaming on SCHN Plus. I have it on video for you, TK, so I'll show you later.
Looking forward to it. Vasquez is always in the middle of something.
He's entertaining as heck, man. I don't know if he has this like pre-planned, but he's always in the moment. It's crazy.
Now Griffin Conine going after the changeup and missing. It's 0-1. Conine a strikeout and a flyout against Ronel Blanco, batting for the 3rd time. It's 0-2. People work El Grande hurt us. Hey, speaking of guys that are working here hard tonight, it's our Spanish broadcast team. Enrique Vasquez, Danny Gonzalez.
It's good to see them back in the building. They brought some power with them.
And these are two teams searching for some offense, and they have found it tonight.
Yes.
Gracias por acompañarnos. Muchas gracias. Enrique Vázquez. Y Danny González acá.
Blame each other for the home runs.
De luto deportivo el día de hoy.
That one's down, 1-2. This is the 2nd of 5 consecutive lefty hitters in the Marlins lineup. Okert appears to be ready to go if called on. Swing and a miss, and that changeup gets Conine for the 2nd out. Marlins are probably tired of seeing Blanco and De Los Santos changeups.
Yeah, the changeups have been effective. 2 good ones in this. And hey, we're back. Message has been sent to Mission Control. They have confirmed with Major League officials that that was a home run.
Jacob Marcy, the batter. Marcy walked and also struck out. A little flare single by Liam Hicks, the only hit in this game for the Marlins, not a home run. He dropped one in front of Taylor Trammell in right field.
Yeah, Astros pitching has done a good job in the last 4 games up to this point of limiting hits.
They were just swept by the Orioles. And the Orioles had a total of 16 hits in a 3-game sweep, lowest for any major league team in a 3-game sweep all year. That's a ground out to end the inning. 1 hit, 1 left on. Astros lead 7-4.
Download today at SCHNplus.com.
It's time to play Astros Trivia, powered by Reliance. Jose Altuve is third all-time with 381 hits in interleague play. Who are the top 2? Good question. It's the Astros in the American League now taking on the National League Miami Marlins. And a new pitcher into this game. It's going to be Dax Fulton coming in, left-handed pitcher. Recalled from Jacksonville back on July 12th. This will be his 3rd stint with these Marlins. 3 games, 7 innings pitched, and a 2.57 ERA. He gets Yainer Diaz with 1 pitch.
A roller up the middle off the mound, fielded by Xavier Edwards, and there'll be ground out to second on 1 pitch for Fulton. Now a word from Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly style bonus Jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Taylor Trammell doesn't get a lot of opportunities to hit against the lefty. Just 2 for 16 on the year. Does have a triple, his only triple of the season against a left-hand pitcher. He's got a 1-0 count here. Taylor knocked in the first run of the game on a ground single to right. He's also struck out. This ball popped up, playable for Graham Pauley, foul territory, and there's 2 quick outs for the lefty Dax Fulton. She'll still have Steven Okert loosening. Imagine we'll see him next inning as the string of lefties will continue in the Marlins lineup.
Good job by De Los Santos extending himself.
Zach DeZenzo bats with a pitch up, 1-0. Zach has bounced into a fielder's choice and struck out. Fulton, the 3rd batter of the night for the Marlins, or 3rd pitcher of the night for the Marlins, excuse me. Jansen Chung, 4 innings of 6-run baseball. Blake Bacher, 1 inning with the Jordan home run, the 1 hit allowed. And now Fulton. Pretty good fastball on the outside edge. It's 2-1. Fulton, it's from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Marlins 2nd-round pick back in 2020 picks up a base runner here to deal with as Zach DeZenzo draws a walk. That'll be the 4th walk allowed by Marlins pitching tonight. DeZenzo, a 2-out base runner. And Lucas Spence will get a chance. He has 2 of his 3 major league hits against lefties. Check that. He has all 3 of his hits in the major leagues against lefties.
Kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. 3 for 5.
He's taking some pretty good swings off of him.
He did not have great minor league numbers this year against lefties. He was hitting 190, 12 for 63 against left-hand pitching in the minors. But at the big league level, 3 for 5. That one's wide, 1-1. The last 2 hits for the Astros have been Yordan Alvarez home runs. This ball skied to right field, pretty well hit, but Conine looks like he has a play. He is on the warning track and puts it away. Hit deep to right center by Lucas Spence. He gave it a ride, but he's the final out of the 6th.
Ronel Blanco started this game after a long, hard road of getting back from the injured list, getting himself strong enough to go out there and give a great performance today. They got a lot of swing and miss. Gave the Astros 4 2/3 innings. Did give up 4 earned runs. Only a couple of tough pitches were hit out. The 2 hits he did give up were those home runs before walks, but he looked very good. And you can see the strikeouts, 8 of them. 3 on the curveball, 3 on the changeup, 1 on the four-seam fastball, and 1 on the slider. The swing and miss was a big part of the game. He had 8 swings and misses at that changeup, 5 on the curveball. He totaled with 16 swings and misses in the game. The Astros will head back to their bullpen. As you see the score, 7-4. The Astros over the Marlins. Stephen Okert into this game. Brings with him a 2.22 ERA, 50 strikeouts in 48 2/3 innings for Stephen Okert. Been called on frequently, leading this ball club in appearances.
He's going to face a pinch hitter. Leo Jimenez will grab a bat and hit for Joe Mack. In fact, the first two hitters of the inning are going to be right-handed hitting pinch hitters, as Estieri Ruiz is on deck. But first, Jimenez, who takes a called strike. It's 0-1. So Okert will end up facing 3 righties to start this inning. As this one's fouled out of play, it's 0-2. Okert has been outstanding lately, as Blummer mentioned. Pitch is down. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Slider's been that primary pitch for Okert. Really good against righties.
This ball hit to left for a base hit. Jimenez with the Marlins' 4th hit of the night as a leadoff base runner here in the 7th. Julia.
All In All the Time is presented by Daly and Black. I have an update for you on Hayden Wesneski, who is continuing his rehab assignment. It's been going well. He's made 4 rehab appearances. We're looking at some of his stats now, but he is really close. Sounds like there could be one final rehab start before we see him, but Astros close to getting another veteran arm back in the rotation.
Good news on Hayden Wesneski. Dana Brown mentioned Friday as a rehab assignment for Wesneski on the pregame show, so hopefully all goes well for Hayden, and then we'll see him soon at the big league level. Here's Ruiz, and he skies one way up in the air near the rafters and doesn't hit anything, so it's playable. And Isaac Paredes makes the catch right by the camera well. Isaac stayed with that as it went up through the rafters, but didn't touch any of them, and that's out number 1.
That's a really good job these days to stay with those. A lot of the baseballs sometimes rattling around the rafters here at Daikin Park, but Isaac able to stay with this one. Good job by the crew shagging that one.
Isaac still looking up, making sure he saw that the right way. He stayed with it for the out, and now Javier Sanoa, the batter. Sanoa shows bunt and takes a pitch up for ball 1. Sanoa is flied out and grounded out to short. Jimenez on first base with the Marlins' 4th hit of the night. And a ground ball to the right side. That'll be their 5th hit of the night. Sanoa puts the ball in play. Trammell fires one back to Jose Altuve, who says, "Why did you do that?" Because the runner was around second base and Altuve wasn't on the bag. That'll be 2 base runners now. The Marlins will bring the tying run to the plate.
Score big on authentic gear at MLBshop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, we've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Astros, the official source for your Houston Astros gear.
Now Stowers facing a lefty as he fouls one back. Stowers on the year hitting .155 against lefties. As he swings through the slider, it's 0-2. Stays alive with the foul ball, stays 1-2. 4 2/3 for Ronel Blanco. Eniel De Los Santos facing 5 batters, getting 4 outs for an inning and a third. Now Okert on the 7th. Shows making a couple of roster moves, changing the dynamic of their bullpen before today's game. Brian King, who had been as recently as Friday night trying to protect a 1-run lead in the 8th, was optioned to AAA after the game yesterday. And then Ronel Blanco and Bennett Sousa reinstated from the 60-day IL. The other corresponding move was Reynel Delgado was optioned to AAA. 2-2 pitch. That is just off the edge, and that's going to be a challenge by Yainer Diaz, who felt it caught the edge. Yainer was waiting for the strike call, never got it. He feels like that was close enough to challenge. The Astros lost the challenge earlier, and Yainer's going to get a strikeout.
This is a strike.
Nicely done, Yainer. Confident challenge by Yainer. Successful.
Now the one guy in the Marlins lineup that does have good numbers against lefties, and that is Heriberto Hernandez. 0 for 3 tonight so far, facing Blanco and De Los Santos, but now facing Okert. He's got a .913 OPS against lefties and takes a pitch off the plate for ball 1. Brian Abreu begins to warm up in the Astros pen. That one's down 2-0.
Okert might have slipped on the mound on that release. Yainer will go out there and check on him.
Now, word from Reliant.
Make your move with Reliant. That's power your way.
Long discussion here. That is a well-placed 2-0 pitch on the outside corner at the knees. It's 2-1. Marlins are out of challenges. Not that that would have helped out there.
Yeah, that was an absolute paint job.
Now it's back to a 2-2 count. You can see Yainer Diaz clap into his glove as they come back in the count from 2-0. Got him. Foul tip caught by Yainer. Steven Oker works around a couple of singles for a shutout seventh. Astros maintain a 7-4 lead. Time for the seventh inning stretch. Presented by Texas Mattress Makers. To drive the game, back-to-back home runs by Jeremy Pena, his second career grand slam. That made it a 5-2 game. And then Yordan Alvarez with the first of his 2 runs as he smashed one into the second deck. Yordan hitting his 32nd to be followed by his 33rd. They went back-to-back in the second inning, turned a 2-1 deficit into a 6-2 lead. Pena will lead things off here in the bottom half of the 7th inning as the Astros maintain a 7-4 lead. Yordan is a perfect 3 for 3 tonight with those 2 home runs. Jeremy with a 1-1 count. Dax Fulton still out there for his second inning of work. Leo Jimenez stayed in the game after pinch hitting. He's at third base. And also the Marlins going to their backup catcher Brian Navarreto behind the plate as he is in there for Joe Mack, who was pinch hit for. Now the count 1-2 on Jeremy. Jeremy 1 for 3 tonight with that slam back in the second. Astros and Marlins combining for 11 runs on 11 hits. Astros 7 runs on 6 hits thanks to that slam. Now Pena down on strikes. Foul tip caught by the new catcher. Navarreto starts throwing the ball around the infield, out number 1 in the 7th, and here he is, Yordan Alvarez. Line drive single in the first. Home run to the second deck in the second. Home run to the bullpen in the 5th. Got in on him there with a fastball and he fouls it away. Yordan's single was his hardest hit baseball of the night. 114.
That was 114.
Yeah. The home runs were a mere 113.8 and 108.3. One of them went 428. The other went 419.
Unbelievable.
It's a nice pitch. Started that curveball at him. It's 1-2. They're on now up to 325. And his OPS is up to 1,085. Start of the night at 1,062.
How are you 100 points better in OPS than the next guy? That seems crazy.
No one in the league.
It's not even a race.
Close. And it's not just the American League, it's the major leagues.
Yeah.
Yordan strikes out here. Fulton picks up back-to-back strikeouts in the 7th.
Yellowwood is bringing the lumber, and so is Baggy. Back in 2003 on this date, 2 home runs. Pretty memorable home runs, too. The one you just saw was .399. He would eventually hit number 400. Danny Graves making the highlight reel. Baggy goes deep for number 400.
That ball's got a chance, but cutting across and diving as Marcy gets by him to the wall. Isaac Paredes looking for his first triple of the year. He'll get in there jogging with a triple with 2 outs.
Hey, nobody playing that gap against Isaac. Marcy gave it a shot. But there you go. Isaac chilling at third base. You could see Vasquez wanted to bring out the oxygen for him. But a great piece of hitting on a spinning slider over the outside part of the plate. Marcy playing well to pull, which he should against Isaac. And once it gets past Marcy, You could actually see Isak put it in cruise control as he got into third base.
Didn't have to extend himself for that triple. Isak's 4th career triple, his 2nd with the Astros. He got one last April 29th against his original team, the Tigers. Isak hit 1 triple with Detroit in 2021. He hit 1 triple with Tampa Bay in 2024. And now he's got a triple in 3 consecutive seasons. He had one last year and this year with the Astros. Altuve showed bunt on the first pitch. Now grounds a foul. It's 1-1. Altuve looking for his first hit tonight. A couple of strikeouts and a double play. That one over the Marlins dugout. It's 1-2. A rare Isak Paredes triple, his 4th of his big league career. That one towards the middle and through. Jose Altuve with an RBI single. And now the Astros lead once again by 4 runs. It's 8-4.
That was a beautiful thing. The man is hunting hits, and why not get them with runners in scoring position? It's been tough for him as far as driving in runners, but he picks up this one with 2 outs. Astros on the year have been very good in driving in 2-out runs, but after the triple, able to keep his head down on a pitch that Navarrete was going to block.
Astros are going to bring Christian Walker off the bench, so apparently his hip injury is pretty minor at this point. I would anticipate we'll see Walker back in the lineup tomorrow if he's pinch hitting tonight. He's going to hit here for Lamont Wade Jr. Walker with just 1 pinch hit at bat so far this year. He's 0 for 1 in his career, mostly with the Diamondbacks, obviously. He's 15 for 69 as a pinch hitter with 6 pinch hit home runs. That's a strike at the bottom of the zone, and Christian's going to challenge right off the bench. Christian, who sat the first 6 innings, is going to challenge the first pitch he saw, thinking it was low. ABS powered by T-Mobile. And Walker is going to win.
Houston has 1 remaining.
By the slimmest of margins.
TK, he is just a different man with the mustache.
Oh yeah, he went back to the stash.
Got to. It's Old Faithful.
So he knew less than 1/10 of an inch?
Yeah. He could read it. Yeah, the beard would have interfered with him seeing the bottom of the zone.
Like the theory. That one doesn't have to be challenged. It's 2-0.
That was a ball by a whisker, TK.
Well played. Well played.
Yep. He's back.
Back to the stash for Walk. It has been a little bit of a struggle for Christian, and sometimes he will change up his look when things are not going his way. There's a swing and a miss, and a pitch down and in. It's 2-1. Walker's in a 1 for 17 right now as he pinch hits for Lamont Wade Jr. here in the 7th. Got in on him, broke his back, ground ball to third, and the new third baseman Jimenez makes the play to end the inning. But the Astros add to their lead with a 2-out triple followed by a 2-out RBI single. It's now 8-4.
Time now to answer our trivia question powered by Reliant. Jose Altuve is 3rd all-time with 382 hits in interleague play. Who are the top 2 hitters in interleague play? Freddie Freeman has 422, and Miguel Cabrera is still on that list, 418. There's a strong contingent. A couple of those native Venezuelans. Some new defensive changes, TK.
Yeah, 8-4 game, and Joe Espada going to his best defensive lineup, putting Cam Smith in right field, moving Taylor Trammell from right to left. Nick Allen at second base for Altuve. And Christian Walker, who pinch hit for Lamont Wade Jr., stays in at first base. They will all be working behind an Astros new pitcher here in the 8th, Brian Abreu.
Coming into this game, the fastball has had its velocity come back a little bit. It's been better as far as throwing strikes as well. That ERA still inflated around 5.63, but more strikeouts than innings pitched.
He will face a bunch of lefties in a row. Xavier Edwards is a switch hitter. And you've got Hicks, Conine, and Marcy due up after him. So he'll see at least 4 lefties here to start this inning. And he's got a 2-0 count on Edwards. That one up over the zone. And it's 3-0. Abreu, the 4th pitcher of the night for the Astros, working here with a 4-run lead in the 8th. That is wide. No, that's called a strike. Just on the edge. It's 3-1. Edwards has struck out twice and drawn a walk and scored a run. That is down and in. So an initial walk out of the gates for Abreu as he walks Edwards here to start the 8th. Julia.
The players to watch are presented by Jack in the Box. The Dominican Summer League All-Star game was yesterday. Some young talent in this, but we're watching some Astros prospects here. Mansueta is 29th on the prospect list, and Albert Fermin. Young but exciting players to keep an eye on in the Astros organization.
When you're that young and you have more walks than strikeouts, that's a good sign.
It really is.
So now Liam Hicks, the batter. He has a 2-run home run and a single tonight. Marlins have all 4 of their runs on 2 2-run home runs. 5 pitches into the outing for Abreu, and Josh Miller. Actually 6 pitches into the outing for Abreu. Josh Miller wants to go have a word. Now a word from Standard Insurance.
Did you just pay your insurance bill and say to yourself, I need to save money? Call, come by, or click to save hundreds, if not thousands.
Don't delay, call Standard today.
It's not quite time for Josh Hader, but it could be soon as he starts to loosen up. Hader has been a 1-inning guy for the Astros this year. There's a strike. Good visit by Josh. It's 1-1. Didn't miss by much with a fastball at 97. It's 2-1.
Surprised we haven't seen any base runners take off yet for the Marlins. You figure Edwards would be the guy.
That's going to be a challenge by Hicks. He felt that pitch was off the plate. Called a strike by Rayburn.
Yeah, tough break.
But they don't have a challenge left.
See if he wins this one on our UTMB Anderson strike zone. That slider never got back to the plate.
So now 2-2 instead of 3-1. That got in on his hands, and that's a foul ball into the Marlins dugout. Abreu, the 4th pitcher of the night for the Astros, facing a string of lefties here with an 8-4 lead in the 8th. The Astros trying to snap a 4-game losing streak and extend a Marlins losing streak to 7. Another one that got in on his hands. This one foul and maybe broke his bat. So Hicks will get a new stick and he'll bat with a 2-2 count.
Hicks with a new stick. Put some stickum on it.
There you go.
Yeah, he chased a fastball at 97 way in off the plate.
Mentioned Hicks is a tough guy to strike out. Third lowest strikeout percentage in Major League Baseball. Did strike out in the first. Goes down here for his second time. That is a turbo slider by Brian Abreu. A rare 2 strikeout game for Liam Hicks.
It's a combination you want to see from Brian Abreu is that fastball slider mix, and a good slider down and in gets the chase and the swing and miss.
So now Griffin Conine will bat. He'll take a slider off the plate for ball 1. No one fouled out of play. It's 1-1. Mentioned the Conine coming into tonight had been one of the hottest hitters for the Marlins. He had hit in 5 straight games and 8 of his last 9. .429 clip in those 9 games. Down to the count here, 1-2. Who's sitting next to the coaches? That is Carlos Correa in the orange shirt. Well, it's good to see CC in the mix.
The interim assistant hitting coach. It's good to see him in the dugout being around the guys.
That is going to be a base hit through the right side. Edwards will stop at second. Nobody wants to challenge Cam Smith's arm. And the Marlins have 2 runners on with 1 out. Astros fans, you can stream Space City Home Network all summer long directly with SCHN Plus. No cable or satellite is needed. Start streaming today by purchasing the app at SCHNplus.com. If you already have Space City Home Network, you can download the SCHN Plus app and log in to watch your Astros all season long. Jacob Marcy, the batter. Marcy is 0 for 2 with a walk and takes a pitch up for ball 1. Abreu has missed with all 4 first pitches so far in this inning. Comes back with a strike here. It's 1-1. Astros get AJ Blue Ball beginning to warm up. Just making his first throw, so he's not ready for the next hitter. You would think. It's 1-2. There's AJ. Got him, pitch down and in. That is a strikeout for Abreu, getting Marcy to chase. Slider must be wicked tonight. A couple of chases for the Marlins this inning, 2 outs.
I'm not sure what's greater than a chase, but that was pretty aggressive attack on a slider that never made it to the plate. Just couldn't hold up that barrel and overcommitted. That front hip went flying, and so did the barrel. Sure, Abreu's appreciative of that effort.
Now Leo Jimenez bats for a second time. He singled against Steven Okert as a pinch hitter in the last inning. Takes a first pitch ball, 1-0. That one clips the outside edge. It's 1-1. Got in on his hands to get ahead of the count, 1-2. Couple of base runners in this inning, a walk and a single, and Abreu has a couple of strikeouts as well. Now trying to get through the 8th.
Maybe 7.5 miles an hour from Brian.
There you go.
Like to see that kind of velo.
Not seen 98 touch very often.
.97.9 on that one, ramping it up.
Let's go. 19 pitches this year before tonight, 98 or better.
Wow. I feel like those were really early in the year, too.
Good signs with the velo ramping back up for Abreu.
And some funky swings on that slider. That is good.
One's down, and that'll run the count full. So Xavier Edwards off second, Griffin Conine off first. Will be moving here with his 3-2 pitch. He would prefer to not bring the tying run to the plate. Would love to get this final out here in the 8th. So Jimenez with the Blue Jays the last couple of seasons. Played 81 games over the last 2 years with Toronto. Making his Marlins debut this season after being traded at the beginning of the season, March 29. In the left, backing up is Taylor Trammell, has a play in front of the warning track and puts it away. Abreu gets through the 8th with 2 runners left on. We head to the bottom of the inning, 8-4 Astros.
Field the winner of our Chevy Stroke Hole. Now that the World Cup is over, what's your favorite non-baseball summer sporting event? And 46% of you voted for the Summer Olympics. Thanks for voting at Space City HF. Take it.
All right, Julia, bottom half of the 8th inning. Astros up 8-4. Yainer Diaz will lead things off. Dax Fulton still out there for the Marlins. His 3rd inning of work as he delivers a strike to Yainer. It's 0-1. It'll be Yainer and then Taylor Trammell. Cam Smith will get an at-bat this inning as well, as he's currently hitting in the 8th spot, previously occupied by Zach DeZenzo. That went off the plate for a ball. No swing, says Sean Barber. It's 1-1. Astros with 6 of their 8 runs driven in via home run. Grand slam by Jeremy Pena. 2 solo shots by Yordan Alvarez. The other runs batted in by Trammell and Jose Altuve on RBI singles. Diaz down on strikes. Fulton continues to pitch pretty well out of the bullpen. He did give up a 2-out run last inning. That's now 3 strikeouts. And there's 1 away in the 8th. There's Trammell. Trammell with an RBI hit and 3 at-bats. Astros have their closer, Josh Hader, warming up. Not a save situation, but Joe Espada a lot of times brings in his closer when the team's within grand slam range, which the Marlins are right now. Trammell getting a chance to face Fulton for a 2nd time. He popped up the last time. That guy had a nice night.
He's all right.
His lead, assuming he doesn't get another at bat tonight, is going to be 13 points in batting average. He had a 2-home run lead coming into tonight. Swing and a miss. Trammell frustrated with the strikeout. That's 4 strikeouts for Fulton and 2 outs in the inning.
What's on tap is presented by Lawnmower Blonde. Projected starters, a remainder of the series. Tyler Phillips against Tatsuya Imai, and then Peter Lambert. This should be a great matchup. Sandy Alcantara. 8-5, 10-5. Very good pitching matchup, potentially in that third game getaway night for the Astros.
Sandy has really come back with a fine season this year, getting better as it goes along. And the Astros' best pitcher all season has been Peter Lambert. That will be a big-time series finale pitching matchup. Here to see Hader ready to go. It's 2-0 to Cam Smith. Cam playing in his 100th game with this pitch-in appearance. Also came in defensively. And Cam has worked himself into a 3-0 count. Jordan stays 13 points up in average, 4 home runs ahead of Ben Rice and Junior Caminero. Wow, he socked one.
I think that might be on. Is that by the scoreboard?
That hit something up near the roof.
Yeah, that was crazy. Had to come off the back wall.
Jordan's RBI lead is 7. So comfortably in front of all 3 Triple Crown categories. Cam Smith draws a walk in his lone plate appearance tonight. What should be his lone plate appearance. That'll give Lucas Spence another opportunity against the lefty. There you see Jordan and his lead in all 3 categories.
I'm not going to lie, it's a lot of fun keeping an eye on that.
Cam's going to run, and Navarrete is going to throw off the glove of the shortstop Sanoa. Cam has his 10th steal of the year. Cam Smith picks up a stolen base here in the bottom of the 8th.
I like it. Stole it off the lefty going on that first move. Fulton dialed in on the hitter. Cam Smith takes off, took a chance, and then off the edge of the glove. No chance for Sanoa without the baseball.
Cam is 10 for 11 now in steals and has 12 home runs and 10 steals on the year. Ground ball to second. Edwards is there, and that'll do it for the Astros in the 8th. A walk, 1 man left, and we head to the 9th. Josh Hader will be on in an 8-4 game. Astros baseball on SCHN is presented by Jack's new Philly-style bonus Jack combo. Shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese starting at $4.99. By your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Welby Financial, from checking and savings to lending mortgages and wealth management. We make banking simple so you can focus on what matters most.
There he is, Josh Hader. He's in to close out this game for the Astros, but only in the sense that he has a chance to finish it. Not a save situation. Be his 19th appearance. 28 strikeouts in those 19 appearances.
8-9-1 due up for the Marlins. Ryan Navarrete getting his first at bat. Took over behind the plate as the Marlins have used all 3 of their catchers in this game. Hicks was the DH. Joe Mack was pinch hit for. Now Navarrete batting. See his numbers in limited at bats this year. Sends this ball in the left, coming on Taylor Trammell. That puts it away for the first out. 1 out in the 9th. Our next telecast, presented by Kaplan Sinus Relief, will be tomorrow night. Marlins in town for the middle game of this 3-game series. Tyler Phillips on the mound for the Fish. Tatsuya Imai getting the start for the Astros. Coverage begins at 6:30 with our pregame show. 7:10 first pitch. There is Tatsuya. Showing fun and taking a strike is Javier Sanoa. Sanoa singled in his last at bat. He's 1 for 3. And he singles again to right field. There'll be a 1-out base runner. The Marlins will bring up the top of the order. Marlins with 7 hits, Astros with 8. Now Kyle Stowers will bat. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. That's going to be a base hit into right center field. Heading first to third, Sanoa. Spence brings the ball back in. Back-to-back swings for base hits for the Marlins as they bring 2 runners on base for Roberto Hernandez.
Just fastball out over the plate. Stowers has been hyper aggressive, but able to get enough of that fastball to punch it into center field.
So Hader and Yainer Diaz, a little discussion here as Hernandez will bat with 2 on and 1 out. Hernandez 0 for 4 tonight, has a 12-game on base streak on the line. Looking for their first post All-Star break win and trying to keep the Marlins winless since the All-Star break. That ball hit sharply and it's going to get past Jeremy Pena into left field. 3 consecutive pitches for base hits for the Marlins, and they're going to bring the tying run to the plate. Hernandez with an RBI single makes it an 8-5 game.
This ball was scalded. Tough in between. Hot for Jeremy too. He tried to open up a little bit, but it kind of jumped on him and he wasn't able to get the glove up there to get the catch and potential out. So skipping off that glove extends this inning. It's a tough play.
Now Xavier Edwards will bat. Edwards waves at the slider. 0-1. Marlins get their first run of the night without the benefit of a home run. All the runs allowed by Ronel Blanco were on 2-run home runs. It was the only 2 hits he allowed in his outing. Edwards has struck out twice and walked twice. Came in with 50 walks and 52 strikeouts. Tonight he has been the all-true outcome guy. It's now 1-2.
Splits are pretty good for Xavier Edwards. Right-handed, left-handed.
Pretty even, huh?
Yeah, the exact same OPS. 795 on both sides of the plate. Pretty impressive. It's always fun to look at the number of plate appearances too that these switch hitters see these days. 327. Well, coming into today, 327 plate appearances to 94 right-handed.
Wow. That ball hit to left on a line. Coming on, Taylor Trammell puts it away. Trammell has both putouts in this inning, and now the Marlins down to their final out in the ninth. Liam Hicks will be that batter. Hicks has one of the two-run home runs tonight. He's 2 for 4 with a home run and a single. Stowers and Hernandez on base with 2 outs. And Hicks grounds one towards first, but foul. And it's 0-1. Marlins aggressive against Josh Hader tonight. A lot of first pitch swings, as Hader has been around the plate pretty much the whole season. For the 5 hitters he has faced, now 4 of the 6 hitters have taken first pitch swings. At a strike at the knees, Hicks thought that was a ball. It's an 0-2 count.
That was a pretty filthy sinker down and in. Watch this one tail to that down and in corner. Didn't exactly get to where Yiner was, but still a pretty good pitch.
Good call by DJ Rayburn. Slider drifts wide. It's 1-2. Marlins with 3 hits in the inning. Josh Hader trying to put the finishing touches on an 8-5 win. In the air, shallow right center. Pena calls off Nick Allen, and the Astros win the opening game of this 3-game series, snapping a 4-game losing streak. 8-5 the final tonight against the Marlins. But we mentioned in our warm-up talk that this was a much-needed game for Houston.
Yeah, you've got a team reeling in the Miami Marlins, pardon the pun. But you needed to go out and beat them, and they got some offense early on. It was nice to see the Astros bats come alive. We saw a couple of base hits with runners in scoring position. We saw some of the power in this lineup, but we also got a very good starting pitching performance. He didn't extend himself, but still proved that he is welcome back in this rotation. Ronel Blanco gave the Astros a good outing. So things kind of hopefully shifting in the right direction against the Miami Marlins for the Astros post All-Star break.
Astros with 8 runs tonight had only scored 11 during their previous 4 games. So that's nice to see the offense come alive, led by Jordan. Of course, Astros post-game show presented by Whataburger features Esch and Bogey, with Julia helping out.